It is almost 10 o'clock p.m. on the west coast of the United States. It is almost 0500 GMT. It's Saturday night. That means it's time for Extravaganza.
Vaganta?
It means it's time for the fast food, junk food extravaganza. I'm Sebastian.
I'm Sarah Bell.
And I'm coming to you from southern Arizona currently, and
I'm coming to you to Portland, Gresham, Portland, Oregon.
No one started Gresham. Might as well just say Portland. Close enough, right?
Right.
We're here talking to you about fast food and junk food in a way that we kind of, a series we've invented. By the way, if you have a chance to call, you can call this number here. It is area code 310-776-COONS. That's area code 310-776-5869. Also, you can tweet me at Sebastian Kuntz here, or you can tweet Sarah Bell. Say your Twitter handle, Sarah.
I think my Twitter handle, if I remember it correctly, is Miss Sarah Bell NF, which is right here. I figured it here.
Absolutely.
There it is. Right there. Yeah.
Right there it is. Beautiful. So you just went to the grocery store. I love that you have just come back from the grocery store as we're starting the show. Tell me about all the new and exciting options for food that you've discovered. I understand there were at least 50 of them.
Right. There was 50 non-existent new food items out there. I consider myself a grocery store shopper, I guess. I go to the grocery store 2 to 3 times a week just to get the stuff.
Let's be fair. Not everybody among us can consider ourselves a grocery store shopper.
Right. Well, I just go to pick up the stuff that we run out of. Like, you don't buy 4 weeks worth of bananas.
Can truly say that we only go to the grocery store to pick up things for which we have run out of.
Well, we go to pick up things that we have not quite run out of yet, but we are assuming we will go through. No, and I was really surprised because we have a chain here called Winco, which is specific to the Pacific Northwest. It's Winco, Washington, Idaho, Nevada, Colorado, and Oregon.
Seriously, that's what it stands for. That's fascinating.
That's what it stands for, yeah. It's an employee-owned grocery store, and
you communists in Oregon with your community-owned bullshit. Okay, I'm sorry.
I know.
Just kidding.
But I really like it because they have the bulk food item section, that a lot of places don't have anymore.
I support the bulk food, whether it's like kind of generic M&Ms that you can get in a big scoop, or like nuts.
Yes, that's what it is. And actually, Winco doesn't have the generic. It's actually M&Ms in bulk pricing.
That is fascinating. In fact, I will say this. I don't want to derail your story, so keep your thought there. But I'll say this. Having just come back from Mexico, one of the things I like about many of the supermarkets in Mexico is they have breakfast cereal in like a big thing in that same way with a big scoop in it. And you can get Raisin Bran, you can get, Fruit Loops, mini wheats, all that kind of like traditional and surprisingly high quality. I mean, I guess, breakfast cereal, it doesn't need to meet a certain bar of quality, but I'm always surprised that, that is something I think I remember as a kid that they don't do anymore.
They do that at Winco. They have a grain section, so they've got maybe 3 or 4 different types of oatmeal, then all of the breakfast cereals. I think they're the generic ones, though. The kind of the bag ones that you get.
Is it gluten-free oatmeal?
Oh, no. No, they've got the rolled oats, the steel-cut oats, the quick oats, that kind of thing.
Got it. Okay.
And then they have the cereals, and they have I got gummy bears because
okay, wait a second. I'm just gonna stop right there because this is Sarah's favorite. So we talked about this in one of the earliest episodes. I was like, "What's your favorite candy?" You're all gummy variety, and I'm like, "What the fuck are you talking about, gummy variety?" But it's like gummy bears, gummy worms, just about anything gummy that's sweet with sugar on it is kind of your favorite candy. I see you've gotten up from your chair. I assume you're going to hold up a gigantic square of gummy candy of some form or another.
It's not gigantic. Got to recenter myself.
You look good.
But the score.
Yes, look at that.
Yeah. So this was $1.60.
And you would pay, that's probably what, like 2 boxes of gummy bears worth?
I would say that when you're like at Walgreens and you get the $1 or 2 for $3. This is probably like 4 of them because it's mostly air in those things. So
I'm with you, and that's a much cheaper price probably than you pay anywhere else. And again, what is gummy candy? Like, you're not going to get gummy candy that's missing. You know, if you got generic chlorets, we would not have retsin, because retsin is that kind of proprietary ingredient that only is in that one kind of breath mint. But when it comes to gummy candy, it's pretty much gelatin and sugar, right?
Oh yeah, gelatin and sugar, and it's the same ingredients, whether it's the gummy bears, the gummy butterflies, the gummy worms,
I'm just going to continue. I'm going to pretend like I'm not really breaking into anything here. I'm going to pretend that my sister did not bring me for my birthday, which, by the way, yes, Sebastian had a birthday this week. In case you're not a viewer of my regular weeknight show, I actually had a milestone birthday, meaning 1 ending in 0. So, yes, I'm now officially 20. And
officially, yes.
Yes, officially. And I'm celebrating by eating marshmallow. Now, sadly, you can't get Peeps in bulk. I wish you could.
Right. No, you can't get Peeps in bulk. The liquidator store that I shop at, I've told you about this liquidator before. They sell a lot of stuff for the cheap.
I love that. That has that's the movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger in it.
the liquidator.
Yes.
But they had Peeps today, and the 3-packs, you know, I think what you have right now where it's got 3 rows of Peeps.
Do you mean this right here? Yes.
Yeah. Those were 4 for $1 today.
4 for $1?
4 for $1. That's what this liquidator store.
I mean, that is insanity. I mean, that is a quarter for 12 Peeps.
Yes. So that's what they had. I didn't get any because I kind of poked them and they were already rock hard. Oh,
you mean, here's the thing. I had one that did not quite survive. That was actually outside the thing. It is so rock hard. It's unedible. Yeah. So I now use it as a doorstop.
Yeah. But so I went to the liquidator and the grocery store today. The liquidator had a bunch of Easter candy, which I didn't get any of. And the grocery store had no new products. Usually springtime, we're changing seasons. Yeah. You'll see something new on the shelves. I didn't see any new soda besides the Mountain Douche that we talked about, hi Fezzik, last week.
Good to see you, Fezzik. Thanks for stopping in on the show.
I didn't see anything besides the Mountain Douche that was new.
Mountain Douche. Oh, God. Somehow, okay, we discussed the new flavor of Mountain Dew. It's called Dew Shine, like moonshine. Only somehow, Sarah Bell, that's genius, because that one, now we did say it should be pronounced douche-shine instead of shine, because the commercials and everything about it suggests it should be, it's marketed toward and is intended to be drank by douchebags.
Right.
Like those doofus douchebags that we all hate with the full-on lumberjack beard and all that happy horse shit. It drives me crazy. And by the way, you had some last week, and it said it did not taste all that impressive or all that good.
No, it was not impressive at all. It was like a really weak soda. No, it was a really weak soda because, I mean, Mountain Dew is kind of a strong flavor. And this just was like watered down. The citrus wasn't as strong. The caffeine kick wasn't there. So a
second ago, what I was going to say was somehow in all of our discussion, we went for an hour and a half, probably 30 straight minutes talking only about this soda topic, and the particular phrase Mountain Douche did not come up. Like that, you invented that live on the air here tonight. We were calling it douche-ine, but not Mountain Douche. That's what it should be called, is fucking Mountain Douche. That is genius.
Yeah, and it was just so bad, and it's so douchey, and it was funny because I started a new job last week, and we were sitting around just talking about ourselves, and I was like, yeah, well, blah, 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 and we were talking about sodas, and I was like, well, I kind of have a different take on food because I'm doing the video blog with my friend, and we were reviewing junk food and fast food, and we completely went down this road, and someone else in the class had also tried the Douche Shine.
And they loved it. Did they love it?
No. He completely thought it was overpriced, and if he's going to spend $5 for 4 sodas, it's going to be something like Jolt or Surge or, you know, those specialty sodas of yesterday that you have to pay an arm and a leg to get from Amazon, you know?
Damn straight, brother man. I don't know your new workmate's name, but I am excited that he's on board with the Mountain Douche, or against the Mountain Douche.
I mean, yeah, I don't remember his name either. We've only had 3 classes together.
Let me ask you, is he good looking? Is he at all hot?
No, he's older, heterosexual. Yeah.
Story of my fucking life. All right, let's move on. There's a story that was literally on, by the way, in case you're watching live, thank you for watching live. I think a couple of my friends from the Trekkie chat room might be in on the show tonight. So hello to the folks in the Trekkie chat room. And
Yay.
it is with those Trekkies that I happen to experience the first of our stories tonight, which is about Pizza Hut. Do you like Pizza Hut?
I like Pizza Hut. I don't like their new reinvention of Pizza Hut. I think they're getting too
crust flavors, that kind of thing.
Yeah, the what is it? They've got like 7 or 8 different crusts and 5 or 6 different sauces and
Also,
7 or 8. Yeah,
I have not had the pretzel crust pizza yet. It looks like I would enjoy the fuck out of that. Like that looks.
That's what I want to try.
Yeah, that's the one I want to try. I do not give a shit one about honey sriracha. I do not give one about, what is it, ghost pepper bullshit, whatever it is. So all that spicy shit is out for me, and it's just, I feel like that's just me. But I always liked Pizza Hut, kind of above and beyond most of the other fast food pizza places. I will say this, just a quick 20-second version of my story from last week. In Mexico, if you know about Taco Bell, they have the Doritos Loco Taco, a taco where the shell is made out of a nacho cheese Dorito, a big one, or a Cool Ranch Dorito. In Mexico, they had a version of their Mountain Dew on the brain. Their Pizza Hut cheese pizza with stuffed crust cheese in the crust, but also crumbled nacho cheese Doritos all over the pizza.
On the crust.
Kind of glued to the crust with butter or something like that. In the way
it sounds delicious. It really does.
It was fucking badass. The end of the story is I went back to the Pizza Hut to get it like a 4th time, and it was over. Like it was a temporary product or a test product or something. It was gone now. And what they had replaced the crumbled Doritos chips with was sesame seeds, toasted sesame seeds, which is fucking bullshit, man. I'm sorry. That is a old switcheroo of the finest trickery. Like that was really unfortunate and absolutely. Right. I mean, I'm still scarred. For
you
life.
You still are. It's been like a while, and you're still upset.
Right. So I'm still upset. I'm still very angry, as you can tell. On Saturday Night Live this very night, I'm not sure if it was a rerun. I only watch Weekend Updates. The only part of Saturday Night Live I care about. On Saturday Night Live, on the Weekend Update tonight, we had the joke about the new app, like a tablet ordering app from Pizza Hut, where literally it uses not your finger touches, but your eye movements. It tracks your eye movements to like determine what kind of pizza you want. I'm not sure much about this, but I pulled up a story. The joke on Saturday Night Live was, finally, a way around all that troublesome swiping and pointing and touching. They're kind of fixing things that were not a problem. Let's go ahead and go to the news story that I pulled up, because here it is. What do you see there, Sarah Bell?
I see Pizza Hut reads your mind.
Yes.
And knows your order before you do. Now that's...
This is from CNET.com from last December. Pizza Hut has a new tablet-based menu tracking eye movements to determine what toppings your subconscious secretly craves for your next meal. And there's a look at the menu there. It's like if you want shrimp, I guess your eyes go right to the shrimp, which is kind of a perverse option for pizza, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think so.
And I mean, there's a whole lot there. What is this, corn?
It looks like it could be corn. And it looks...
Corn doesn't go on pizza.
No, it doesn't.
Let's look at the article briefly. I have seen our future. It's not the AI decimated wasteland that Elon Musk and Stephen Hawking warn against. Rather, it's a far more delicious tomorrow in which Pizza Hut knows what you want before your brain has even processed it. Kane has developed what it calls a subconscious menu that uses eye tracking technology by Toby on a tablet. You can see what is happening. I'm hearing sounds.
I hear sound on your end, like it's getting kind of wobbly.
Maybe somebody's crunching some Doritos or something. I don't know. Hopefully, yes. I see the article here. The restaurant chain's already developed what it calls a subconscious menu that uses eye tracking. You can see a demo in the video below. Now, we've gotten in trouble watching certain videos, but let's go ahead and try. Pizza Hut claims it's been 98% accurate. Let's see what the video here looks like. It's oh gosh, there's going to be an ad. Hold on, I don't want the CenturyLink ad. Fucking the CenturyLink. Let's just even scroll off of it so that I'm not subjecting people to. It says it takes less than 3 seconds for the system to register your desires and run it through an algorithm with thousands of possible combination toppings to suggest your ideal pie. Pizza Hut says it is 98% accurate. Really, the ad's not playing? Okay, hold on. System still being tested, but could be out to restaurants. The tablet displays a screen with all the representations, and by watching how your eyes travel between pineapple and sausage or onions and garlic, it determines what kind of pie your soul is truly crying out for. Okay, here's the ad.
Hello, welcome to Pizza Hut. My name's Toby and I'll be looking after you today. Do you know what you'd like to order? Hey, don't worry. Let me introduce you to our brand new subconscious menu. It's like magic, but without the weirdness.
It's like magic, but without the weirdness.
This menu is controlled by...
Okay.
First things first. Follow the logo with your beautiful eyes.
Follow the logo with your eyes. Oh, I get that. That's how it calibrates, right? You're following the logo with your eyes. Okay. And then...
Now this is the cool part. Choosing what to tantalize your taste buds with. In fact, by the time you think you've chosen, your subconscious has already done it for you. This amazing little gadget can tell which ingredients your eyes and mind have been gazing at the longest. And in a few tiny milliseconds, Bob's your uncle. Your pizza's revealed. Crazy.
Okay, there's that Bob's your uncle phrase that was actually, I was like, what does Bob's your uncle mean? It turns out it's a thing British people say at the end of a list of whatever.
Yeah, I think Bob's your uncle, Fanny's your aunt is kind of just like saying, and there it is,
There it is. Okay, so what do you think of this? Does this solve a problem, or is this like sort of trying to find a way just to get people like us to talk about it?
I think it's trying to find a way to get people to talk about it. I know my cell phone has the option to scroll with your eyes. Like if you're reading an article, you look down and it'll keep scrolling. I turn that off because it's stupid.
I was going to say, did you ever find that it scrolls incorrectly?
When I first started using it, I found that it was incorrect. So I was just like, this is stupid. I'm turning it off. I am so indecisive on what I want to eat. I could imagine that it would be incorrect. And watching that thing, I was actually trying to figure out what some of those ingredients were, like the shrimp or the chorizo or the bacon. I kind of was looking at them longer because I was like, huh, what is that? Rather than, oh, I want to eat that.
I see. No, I'm with you. And like we were looking at the corn going, I mean, that could be anything from corn to like banana peppers or some bullshit. And if it's
right, yeah, it was kind of hard to tell what it was.
There's no fucking way I want it if it's banana peppers. If it's corn, I mean, I've never had pizza with corn. I somehow find myself sitting here going, doesn't sound too bad. I like corn, corn's a good vegetable. But
I like corn, but I think some things don't belong on pizza.
I'm with you there. As a person who's a staunch advocate against any pizza with pineapple on it ever. That is vile and fucking disgusting. But okay, yes, I think you're right. And it's different for everybody. So now that we've thought of a way to, I'm sorry, maybe I could solve my scratching problem before I go on the air. So okay, we've solved the problem of deciding what to order. We've got what pizza we want. Now, how do we pay for it? Let's see. You want to pay for half of it, and I want to pay for half of it, but how, Sarah Bell?
Well, you're going to have to pick your pizza on Pizza Hut and then pay for your pizza at Papa John's.
Right you are. Why is that?
Papa John's has a new split pay program. What it is basically is that you register through the website. Let me pull it up because I don't remember the name of it. And you don't have to have a Papa John's account to do this. But basically when it's time to check out, you have the option to split the pay between the people who are paying.
So basically, you could pay for 2/3 of it, and I could pay for 1/3 of it.
Right. When you actually go onto there, I guess the program is called PayShare. And with PayShare, you have an account and it's set up with your credit card or PayPal. And when you go to check out, you go to the PayShare and you can decide how you want to split the bill. So if it's a 50-50, or you can put John's going to pay $5 and David's going to pay 10 and B is going to pay 2, you can split it up that way.
Now we're talking about this and that Pizza Hut app solving a problem that doesn't exist, right? Like that's actually not something that's going to be useful for most people most of the time. This, on the other hand, I think solves a problem that is quite useful. Like fucking
it really does. And Papa John's is one of those ones that have alternative menu items like the chicken wings and the boneless chicken, and they also have gluten-free pizza. So if you're at a party and say you want to order, and we actually used to have a friend, Miranda, who hated marinara on her pizza or cheese.
I'm gonna say this right now: if you're one of those people who wants a gluten-free pizza, you're
paying for it yourself.
You're not at a party with other people. You're in your bedroom with your 17 cats and your 50 stacks of hoarded newspapers.
But what it was, I remember in Rocky days, we had a friend who wanted pizza to order it with all of us, but she was she didn't want sauce, or she didn't want cheese or something. And she always only tried to pitch in $5. But it's like, no, you're eating this whole thing by yourself. You owe us the $12.99.
Yeah, you don't get to, I mean, I suppose many places, and I think to their credit, will do a pizza that is only half olives or half pepperoni or something like that.
Right, without an additional charge, yeah.
In a case like that, yeah, and without an additional charge. In a case like that, I don't so much mind a person having half olives with no pepperoni if that's how they want it, or ham and fucking pineapple or whatever they have to have. And then, they can split a pizza that way. That's fine. But yeah, when you're doing, I mean, can they do, I guess there's no reason why they couldn't do a half sauce pizza.
Right, yeah. But I think this option to split the pay is going to be great, because if you're ordering from someplace and someone doesn't want pizza but they have wings, that person can pay just for their wings.
Right. And
or if you have someone who wants their pineapple, anchovy, jalapeno pizza, then they just pay for their own. I think it's kind of great that way, people aren't.
Did you just say jalapeno?
I did say jalapeno.
I would wring your neck if I could wring your neck for jalapeno.
I intentionally said jalapeno.
I know. That's why I'm letting you off the hook. Let's look at the Papa website here really fast. We switch over to it because they have it on their website. Share, and share the cost, share the pizza, and it's this easy. 5 easy steps here. Okay, this is looking a little more complicated, but place your order. Click on the Pay Share button on the confirmation page. Log into the experience using your credentials. If you don't have an account, you create one. Enter in the contact information of the people splitting it. So, I mean, here's the thing, and I'm trying to play devil's advocate, right? Some people are like, well, why not just do it the old-fashioned? I mean, you could do it the old-fashioned way. Just person order it and then take cash from the person who's going to eat some or something like that, right? Or do what I always used to do with my ex. Hi, Donald. Which was my order this time. You would order next time. We get a pizza Friday night, whatever. So I mean, we've already been solving this problem for years. So it's not like it's necessary, but it's a nice thing. And also, why don't we just have 2 orders? You have wings and I have pizza.
Right.
Well, then that's kind of 2 separate orders, and it's kind of a pain in the ass from a paperwork perspective. And you got to make sure the driver is savvy and onto you, so that the driver brings both of your orders to the same house.
Well, and so many times the delivery fees are automatic. So if you're both ordering from the same place and you have the automatic $2.99, $3.99 delivery fee, then you have to deal with that. But I really think that in the age that we are now, God, I feel old. Everyone is using the apps to pay someone else money. There are all the commercials that, going out to dinner, and you can automatically send people how much their part of the split bill is to pay all on one card. And I know that I don't necessarily always have cash. Or I don't necessarily always have enough on my debit card to pay for the entire order.
But you have enough to pay for your share.
Right, exactly. So I think it's a good thing. I think it's going to be really kind of great. I almost wanted to try it out on Reddit last night, because Reddit is that whole kind of community, kind of like 4chan. And I kind of wanted to say, who wants to split a pizza with me, or who wants to buy me a pizza? Because honestly, if you have someone who's not as tech savvy, like my dad, if I wanted to order a pizza and I didn't have any money, but dad had money, that's a way that I could send him the bill, he could pay for it, and then I could get the pizza. Because if you have someone else use their card, they have to sign for it. So look at it this way. No, I can see you're confused.
A little bit, not horribly.
If I wanted to buy you a pizza, say for your birthday, I wanted to order you a pizza, and I went on the Papa John's website, and I ordered you a pizza to be delivered to your house, you would have to have my credit card present to double check the signature.
I'm with you.
However, if you used that new app, I would just automatically pay the website, and you wouldn't have to have that credit card present for the payment.
I see. Well, I pulled up another article, which I want to switch to really fast, because I think this is actually spreading a little bit, which is this. This is the Papa John's Pay Share, and there's frequently asked questions, and it's got this Venmo thing. Pay Share powered by Venmo. So Venmo is how it works, whatever that means. There is an article here, though, which I have lost. Oh, no, here it is. Google Wallet. Google Wallet. That is an ad for Best Buy. Hold on. Hold the fucking phone here. But what I wanted. What is happening? Why does life hate me? Okay, hold on. I may have to like shrink this in order to hit the there. I couldn't find it. Okay. Google Wallet is now a payment option where? Dunkin' Donuts.
Dunkin' Donuts.
And this is new as of April 10th, 2015. So this is pretty much breaking fast food, junk food news here. Just the other day, Chow Now added Google Wallet as another payment option in the app. Google Wallet is becoming widely preferred. So again, this is not quite the same thing. We're sort of tangenting on something else. But if you want to pay with your phone and not have cash in your wallet and not use a card in the traditional way, why you would want that option and not the others, I'm not exactly sure. But I mean, there are more and more places as it becomes more and more common. It's less and less weird. Google's very own mobile payment system is gaining partners. They partnered at Disneyland Orlando. I believe they called that Walt Disney World. I don't know what he's talking about, but Disney World has started to accept Google Wallet last December. And now Dunkin' Donuts. Google Wallet at checkout, so you don't have to pay cash, swipe, or enter credit card details on an app every time. Jason's Deli, Papa John's, E24, Dunkin' Donuts, Panda Express all offer it. And it's kind of, I guess, the future of paying for your food. Why do they call it Disneyland Orlando? Is that separate? I
don't know. It's Walt Disney World. Before Walt died, he was going to call it Disneyland Orlando. After he died, his brother opened a park, and they decided to call it Walt Disney World. Okay. So, I don't know. I was through the drive-thru the other day, and I want to say it was one of 4 places. I don't really remember where. It was either Burger King.
You went to 4 drive-thrus the other day?
Well, within the last week, I've been to 4 drive-thrus.
Got it.
It was either Burger King, Arby's, KFC, or McDonald's that I pulled up to the window, and it had a Google Wallet thing. It said, pay now with your Google Wallet. But I don't remember which restaurant it was.
Well, I mean, I do think, like I say, it's widening, so it may be, more than one for that matter. But I feel like this is going to be the future, right? I mean, in the way that you and I sort of sit here rolling our eyes when you see a lady at Target bust out her checkbook and writing a check. It's like, what are you, in fucking 1971? And it's always, a check from the International Bank of Tehran, and she's surprised they need her identification. It's like, what the fuck is wrong with you writing a check at Target? Like, good Lord Christ. Right. That is so backwards and perverse and weird. So in the same way we look down on that, kids of today will look down on you and me swiping our card through the card swiper in favor of
boop, 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 beep, boop, boop, beep, boop, boop. Well, I saw something, a news article on my phone just today that only 8% of currency in the world is physical, like paper, dollar bills, and coins. Yeah. Only 8% of our money, the rest of it's electronic. So, I don't know what that statistic was, say, 20 years ago, how much of our money was actual currency. But I thought it was very interesting.
It's sure changing, and I mean, the world is a changing place, and the only thing we can do is try to keep up, certainly, when it comes to, that kind of thing. And I feel like I'm a technology guy, okay? I'm not against new things. I like trying new things, but whether it's Bitcoin or whether it's Google Wallet or whether it's Apple Pay, I believe it's called, the Apple version,
Right, the Apple,
because the people with iPhones are going to have a different system than the people with an Android, that kind of thing. So there is a learning curve. There is a security issue. Not that credit cards don't have a security issue. I'm always quick to point that out. It's like people are like, well, I just have my credit card and I don't have to worry about. Your credit card is quite vulnerable. In fact, if you've been watching the news at all regarding this sort of thing. So let's not say that because it's new, it's more vulnerable to hackers. That's not necessarily the case. In fact, I think we've seen that about every way, new and old, is probably vulnerable to hackers in one way or another. Let me go back to the screen for a second, because let's move on to another story we were going to bring to you. This is one I found. I will tell you right now, I'm not proud that I go to a website called brobible.com. Okay? It's basically kind of a frat bro kind of. It's exactly what it sounds like. For guys that like hot girls and who like getting drunk and so on. They occasionally have a good article regarding food, though, and I hope you can see it here. Can you see the article?
I can see it. And I think I actually saw this on the internet the other day also, and I was like, oh my god!
Bagel Bites now has a breakfast version for all of us who get shit-faced in the morning. Bagel Bites breakfast: bacon, sausage, and cheese, sausage, egg, and cheese. Let's go ahead and look at let's read the article first here. God, I was so sick of eating cereal with my Colt 45 in the morning. Finally, an alternative that not only tastes better, but clogs your arteries in a quarter of the time. Bagel Bites has released a line of breakfast bites that don't make you feel shitty about eating pizza in the morning, because it says breakfast on the box. 5 flavors: bacon, egg, and cheese, sausage, egg, and cheese, bacon and cheese, bacon, sausage, and cheese, and I'm as excited for the release of Bagel Bites as I am for the slew of ridiculous Bagel Bites commercials, although this article goes the extra step of pointing out this commercial from 18 years ago, 1997, where Bagel Bites from Ore-Ida were actually a thing. Let's watch this.
Pizza in the evening, pizza at supper time. When pizza's on a bagel, you can eat pizza anytime.
Bite-sized pizzas on wholesome little bagels.
Pizza during prime time, anytime's the right time. Pizza going down is so fine.
So fine, so fine, so fine.
When pizza's on a bagel, you can eat pizza anytime.
And any other time, try cheese bites, Dynabites, and hot bites.
Okay, so these are the people behind
oh my god,
that sort of thing. What do you think of that? I mean, both the old commercial and the new. Didn't mean to stump you there. It's sort of a noggin scratcher, I'll admit.
Yeah, well, and here's the thing. When Bagel Bites first came out, I personally protested because bagels are breakfast food. And I was very much, no, you can't. This is, of course, when I was, younger. I was like, no, you can't have pizza for breakfast. Pizza, bagels, they don't mix. And then, of course, once I, moved out and discovered the deliciousness of Bagel Bites, I was all about it. Yeah. But when they first were in existence, I was like, no, Bagel Bites, bagel means breakfast. So the breakfast Bagel Bites makes plenty of sense to me, and I'm wondering where it's been, because...
Yeah, well, I will say this. I mean, those ones in the commercial from 97, again, 18 years ago, was a straight-up pizza bagel meant for breakfast eating, right?
I think so, because they're saying anytime.
It was because, there's a commercial song with pizza in the morning, pizza in the evening, pizza at supper time.
Right.
Pizza's on a bagel. You can have pizza anytime. I'm going to be singing that now for the rest of my life, that song. But this new product, the bagel, whatever it is actually breakfast shit, right? It's bacon, egg, and cheese on a little...
Right. So it's breakfast food on a breakfast food.
So youthful Cerebell in your youth that you are now kind of disavowing, but it sounds like you're kind of okay with it.
I'm okay with it. I don't know if did it have marinara sauce or was it just bagel, egg, and cheese, because if it's bagel, egg, and cheese, I'm okay.
I don't know. It did seem like it was just a plain old bagel meant to be eaten at breakfast time.
Yeah, because, if it's bagel, marinara sauce, egg, and cheese, then I'm a little hesitant. But if it's just the breakfast components, I'm okay with just the breakfast components.
I see what you're saying, and I'm with you on that. It does seem like that stuff with tomato sauce on it is a weird choice to be eaten at breakfast. Although, again, as the Bro Bible people say, hey, if you're getting shit-faced in the morning, maybe nutrition is your top priority. You and I are both non-drinkers, so it's like that's kind of off our radar screen a little bit. But we do enjoy us some delicious food. And
delicious food, yes.
Whether you're talking about fast food, McDonald's, Sonic, whatever it is, whether you're talking about frozen food like Hot Pockets or Bagel Bites, breakfast version, or, any of those Jimmy Dean's frozen sausage things.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not new that there's a frozen type thing that you stick in the, either the toaster oven, the toaster itself, or the microwave and sort of enjoy so you can have a hot meat, cheese, and bread breakfast item that's non-cereal. Desire that. And, something to get your day going a little bit. Breakfast is the most important meal of the day. I'll say this. It's my favorite. I don't know about you. I know some people are not into breakfast food, whether it's the eggs, whether it's the, sort of cereal, whether it's orange juice, this complete breakfast, right? But I have always of all the foods to eat, like if I could eat only one kind of food, it would be breakfast food 3 times a day, because breakfast food has,
it's very versatile. Bacon. It's very good.
Bacon is a breakfast food. Cereal is a breakfast food. You name it.
My favorite, I think we've talked about this, fast food kind of food is going to be that Mexican breakfast burrito. Not from Taco Bell or any place like that, but from Tucson, the Los Betos, and the Viva, and the drive-through Mexican foods.
From the places that nobody has ever heard of outside of
Tucson,
right? Border towns have this kind of very authentic Mexican food that, to be honest, if you've ever lived in Mexico, it's a bit Americanized in a way, but it's also very, very authentic in a very real way. So, authentic Mexican food is a cut above Taco Bell. When I mentioned this show in the chat room, somebody mentioned, hey, Taco Bell replaced their blah, blah, blah with a biscuit. And I'm like, we talked about that last week.
Right. And they also, I'm not sure, this is a total tangent. If you are a Taco Bell fan and you like the cheesy gordita crunch with the Baja sauce, they have 86, the Baja sauce.
Tell me about the Baja sauce. I'm not sure.
I'm not really sure what the Baja sauce was. I just knew that it was like a spicy sour cream that had kind of like a spicy Cool Ranch sort of thing. They've 86 the Baja sauce, and now it's just creamy, spicy ranch.
Of course, what 86 means is there's now 86 times as much of it as there used to be.
They have discontinued, stopped carrying.
What? No!
That's what 86 means, yeah.
Hey, I think I've told you this story before. I'll give you again the Reader's Digest version. My best friend from high school, who we had this really continuous Taco Bell relationship. He was in Arkansas, I was in California at the time at our respective jobs. But we're on the cell phone 5 times a day to each other. That friend, the friend you talk to all the time. And, he was a computer professional and worked a lot, so fast food was kind of important to him. And it was at the time when Taco Bell was kind of on the way up with their sophistication in the days after that 35% beef scandal of the Taco Bell taco, right?
Right.
You would get the grilled stuffed burrito and these really kind of, relatively speaking, high-end Taco Bell dishes.
Right, for that time, yeah.
When you get they had something called the quad burrito, which had 4 times as much steak as other burritos. And then
I think I remember that too, yeah.
They tried to measure it. Somebody on the internet went and was like, okay, 4 times what? And it turned out that what they were saying it was 4 times the amount of beef was only 3 times. So they had to rename it triple stack burrito. There was a bit of a scandal regarding this steak burrito at Taco Bell. Right. But my friend, this is the Reader's Digest version of this story. My friend was angry to the point of tears. He was like, I always fall in love with something at fucking Taco Bell and then they discontinue it. Like that was, he was convinced it was their modus operandi. It was their reason to exist was that they were here specifically to introduce an item, make people love it very much, and then yank it away just as it was getting good or whatever. And I mean,
right.
I don't know if it was because he was in a test market. I don't know if it was because he was falling in love with things that were destined to be temporary only. I don't know if it was Taco Bell just kind of overall making many of their menu items last 3 months max, and that's it. That could have been it too. But fortunately, I've had the experience of falling in love with Taco Bell items that are perpetual, whether they're the soft tacos that have been around since I was in college, whether they are the Doritos Locos tacos or the cheesy gordita crunch that has the Doritos Loco in it.
Right.
All those things seem to be around more or less permanently, and I guess that's because of their popularity or something, huh?
Yeah.
So I don't know. That was one of my favorite sort of things about Taco Bell. Not that I like the food, I do. Not that they have a special brand of Mountain Dew there that's only a Taco Bell Mountain Dew brand.
Yes.
Hashtag Baja Blast. But the thing about it was that he was like, I'm never going to Taco Bell again. Like more than once I had this conversation with him where I had to talk him down from the suicide ledge about how he was so incensed that Taco Bell was discontinuing shit just to play with him that he was never back there again. I'm like, really?
Him specifically, yeah.
You're going to deprive yourself? And I'm like, bullshit. At some point, I'm like, you are not going to stop going to Taco Bell. You love it too much, and you're not going to deprive yourself of, because all Taco Bell is, let's face it, with very few exceptions, it is 6 or 7 of the same items,
just rearranged differently,
and reinvented, and maybe reordered or relayered or something. And in a way, that's the beauty of it. Whether you're getting a burrito that is this way, whether you're getting a taco or some kind of chalupa or gordita or something like that, it's pretty much all the same shit reordered and rearranged.
Right. Yeah. Have you tried the Mountain Dew Sangria?
What the fuck is Mountain Dew Sangria? I've not even heard of it.
It's at the Taco Bell. It's along with, they have normal Mountain Dew, they have the Baja Blast, and they have Mountain Dew Sangria.
It's red. So what? I'm assuming this is not actual sangria with alcohol in it. This is some kind of...
No. It's Mountain Dew. It's a red Mountain Dew. It does not taste like Code Red Mountain Dew. It's definitely got its own flavor. And trying to think, usually I'll cut it with the Baja Blast. I'll do like 75% sangria and then 25% Baja Blast.
Okay, excuse me a minute while I vomit all over the place. I'm not dissing everybody has their own thing, and you can mix whatever you want, but I'm pretty much a purist when it comes to the Baja Blast or flavor. I don't like mixing my Mountain Dews much. What I'm trying to switch the screen to is I would like to go to the Wikipedia page about Mountain Dew. I could go to the regular Mountain Dew page, but I prefer Wikipedia as kind of a less, tainted source. And what I want to type in was not just Mountain Dew, but Mountain Dew Sangria, and see what comes up on the old Wikipedia here as far as... Okay, well, here's the Mountain Dew article. Let's look at that and see if I can find in here the word... Sangria. Okay, Sangrita Blast, Taco Bell only. There it is. It doesn't really say much about it. I suppose if I just went to a Google search and typed it in, my keyboard has stopped working. Okay. Sangrita Blast, it looks like it's called, like Baja Blast. And okay. Oh, here's Mountain Dew's own Wikipedia page. Sangrita Blast is a Mountain Dew flavor. Similar to Baja Blast, it is exclusively available at Taco Bell. The tagline, Blast, stop fucking, Dew with a citrus, not you, Sarah Bell, the website is kind of making me.
I'm like, what?
Not you, you're fine. Dew with a blast of natural and artificial citrus punch flavor. Go ahead and talk for a second. My friend is calling me.
Okay. So definitely, I think that the Sangria Blast is actually pretty decent as far as the drink is concerned. It says that it's a citrus punch. which it definitely does have that punchy flavor to it. And I'm surprised that you have not had it before.
All right. Sorry about that, Sarabelle. I'm back.
No, I know. You got your thing going on with the stuff. I think that you should try it.
You should think I should try the Sangria Blast. Now, one of the things that flashed into my mind when you said it, you first called it Sangria, and I'm like, wait a minute, Dew Shine, Sangria. What is it with the Mountain Dew people naming their shit after alcoholic drinks but not containing any alcohol? Like, what is that about?
I think that with the Taco Bell, Sangria is a drink that you would eat with tacos. So I think that's kind of where they're going with that. I don't think they are intentionally trying to be, they're not trying to be Sangria douchey.
I gotcha. And I appreciate that, and because I do think that if they were starting to call, if they ended up with like a Mountain Dew Pinot Noir or something like that, I would think that's.
Will you scroll up on that page?
Say that again.
Will you scroll up on that Mountain Dew page?
Scroll down. It's at the top.
Up.
Oh.
I saw the breakfast pizza, and I was like, "What is that? What?"
Hashtag OMG breakfast pizza from the good old Quick Trip, where we have reported from many times, but actually together in your car,
yes.
Or having just come from there. But anyway, right, you are. It's the breakfast pizza. I believe I've even seen the ads for that at Quick Trip, and I believe you and I have even gone ew at first, and then we look at it and it's like, okay, well, it's a pizza crust with some what looks like cheese and some sauce.
Yeah,
it's not all that horrible.
I just saw it and I didn't know what it was, and I was like, "Oh, that looks like food."
Well, the website, circling back to Mountain Dew here, following the success of Baja Blast, Sangria Blast was made available in late 2013, along 5 other drinks, one of which was Diet Baja. I almost said Daha. And then in January 2015, information began leaking through the internet about a second store release of Baja Blast, accompanied by the debut of Sangria Blast. On April 5th, 2015, the Baja Blast page of the official Mountain Dew website was launched with a countdown clock and a message that read, "The countdown is on," and sure enough, as of April 20th, Sangria Blast is going to be announced in bottles and cans, Sarabelle. So let me just say,
I saw the Baja Blast in cans and bottles, and I was like, awesome.
In kind of those tall 20-ounce or those tall cans that are like beer comes in kind of a thing. But let me just say, bragging about you and me for a second, because nowhere else will you find the breaking soda news about Mountain Dew like you will find on this show, because it is not April 20th yet. That is 2 days in the future, and God damn if we weren't all over it. God, I'm proud of us.
I just wonder if they intentionally chose April 20th, kind of like Ben & Jerry's has. Have you seen what Ben & Jerry's is doing on 420?
No, but I'm going to pull up a website. You tell me what they're doing.
Ben & Jerry's, now this was on the news, and it was local because we have a number of Ben & Jerry's outlets here in Portland. But on 420, Ben & Jerry's is introducing kind of like an ice cream taco. No, it's a burrito. B-U-R-R-R-R-I-T-O.
I'm going to switch the screen over to the website. I'll just read what it looks like it says really fast, because I think when you're talking, it switches back to you, and we can't see the or you can see the website I'm holding up. But Ben & Jerry's is giving stoners ice cream burritos on 420. I did see this go by in my Twitter feed, and I think I marked it and didn't remember. But Ben & Jerry's has already made its stance on marijuana known, so it shouldn't surprise you to learn that on 420, a cream burrito. There is the picture, courtesy of Ben & Jerry's. This is on the Thrillist.com website. It's called the Burrito, and it comes with 2 scoops of your choice, chocolate cookie crumbs, a fudge drizzle, all that wrapped up in a crepe-like tortilla and a sheet of paper to ensure minimal leaks. While you're free to customize as you please, Ben & Jerry recommends the half-baked burrito, which is 1 scoop of cookie dough paired with 1 scoop of chocolate fudge brownie. This person says, I tried that combo on a recent trip to the company's headquarters, and it was life-affirming. Oh, we got a video here, Sarabelle.
Okay, so watch the video and tell me what it reminds you of.
Okay, let's do it here. 41 seconds. Here we go.
On April 20th, Ben and Jerry's will introduce the burrito, and you'll see why 420 will be exactly like 420.
Okay, I'm not sure I get that last line. Why 420 is like 420? I'm not sure I quite wrap my brain around what that.
That part, I think it's just a stoner reference.
Okay.
And
I like that. Stoner references. That's good. But that commercial, I'll tell you, I think I know exactly what you're thinking of. It is the commercial that got our show taken off the air a couple of weeks ago, which is that Taco Bell commercial where it's like 1984.
Yeah.
We're in a dystopian future where everybody eats the same thing. In this case, McDonald's Egg McMuffins, and every round is good, hexagon is bad, and same. And they have the Nazi-esque people in clown makeup who are kind of the police in charge of you and everything like that.
Right.
And then one person pulls up, of course, a really hot, sexy model-looking type with a scruffy face. Pulls up his hood, goes out of the conformist line, and decides he's going to run for it from the dystopian society that makes everybody eat the same thing. And instead of having an Egg McMuffin, he's going to have that new hexagonal Taco Bell breakfast food, whatever it is. Is that what you were going to say?
Well, I want to say that there was a movie that part of the ad campaign for it was all the people who were watching a screen with that kind of blank stare, and an Olympian or someone came in and turned around and shot-putted whatever they were watching. And I want to say that was like from an old movie, an old music video that I just can't pull up. But yeah, it's...
Well, I will say this. I mean, it's done. This particular commercial that we just watched is done in a very stonerific way, right? I mean, it's got the people all zoned out watching the screen. Now, if you know anything about the book or the movie 1984, that's kind of what they did. They fed people all the same information on big video screens, and it was a way of keeping people under control. And
in line, yeah.
Keeping them in line and making, they all wear the same clothes and they all eat the same food, and Big Brother is watching you, so always behave yourself, kind of thing. And so, I mean, and it's not, by the way, cheerful or, it's a downer of the worst sort if you value freedom or your individuality in any way to read that book. And that's why many people, certainly on the Republican side, will say, this is going to be a Big Brother. We're living in the Big Brother era. The government is watching you and controlling what you do, and so on and so on. Well, I think this is a really funny kind of stoner take on that, where the people are out watching the screen, not because they are being, fed propaganda by the government, because they're all high and watching an ice cream sandwich on the screen, rotating in 3 dimensions, and then this hot chick from Hooters who got a job at Ben & Jerry's comes around and throws a burrito at you, and suddenly same is bad and different is good, and we got something new for you to try, my stoner friends. It's called the burrito.
Right.
And, holy fucking shit, it's going to change the world.
Yeah. Now, did you see, I think we talked about this a little bit, McDonald's versus Taco Bell, their latest Twitter?
Well, yes. Tell me about this, because you sent me, and I read this article, and I'm like, what a weird thing. Okay, so tell me how it started. I've already lost place of who started it. Like Taco Bell.
It started because they had the whole new commercial, which was awesome. The internet commercial that was 3 minutes long that we played that muted our whole show.
Yes, I'll say really fast. It's because of that song Blitzkrieg Bop. Right. That was kind of there when the guy breaks away from the conformist line and decides he's going to have a Taco Bell breakfast instead of a McDonald's breakfast. They start playing the Blitzkrieg Bop, and the angry, dystopian McDonald's clown face people in Nazi uniforms are chasing after him, and they're angry because he's not doing what everybody should be doing. And they're playing that song, A-O, let's go, and them doing the Blitzkrieg Bop. That song is what was copyrighted, and that's what got us shut down and turned off and muted 3 weeks ago. Or something.
Yeah, so I think we both talked about it. It was a great commercial. It was very it was awesome, and it got people talking about it. So there was a Northeast Pennsylvania McDonald's, of course, independently owned, that had sent out a tweet along with a picture, which was the picture of the McMuffin, and said, "Love in the morning. Lovin' always comes back full circle, like the shape of our delicious 300-calorie Egg McMuffin made from fresh cracked egg, blah, blah, blah. Bring your Taco Bell."
That was a clear dig at this very cleverly and well-produced. By the way, money was spent on that commercial, right? That was a clear dig at that commercial, and they're kind of saying, well, it always comes full circle because our Egg McMuffin is circle, and...
Yeah. So it was, made from cracked egg. Bring your Taco Bell breakfast receipt, purchase from April 3rd to April 17th, and get a free Egg McMuffin. It was one person per day.
Yesterday, this campaign they're talking about just ended yesterday. Boom.
It just ended yesterday. Now, that was an independent McDonald's, and the Twitter was at MCDNEPA. So it's McDonald's of NEPA. So I guess that's Northeast Pennsylvania.
Got it.
Taco Bell, the official Taco Bell, retweeted with, "Why not make this offer available nationwide?" with the hashtag shots fired.
Yeah, so they're saying, okay, so this one group of McDonald's owners or this one McDonald's franchisee is taking pot shots at us. Hey, McDonald's, all the rest of you, why don't you do it too? Ha, 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 sassy ass.
Yeah, so back and forth on Twitter, it was kind of lots of people taking the Taco Bell side, lots of people taking the McDonald's side, and a lot of clever retweets. Taco Bell and McDonald's are fighting is like my mom and dad fighting for my love, but I can love them both, just people tweeting back. So it was a little tiny sort of one. I've looked at Taco Bell's Twitter feed, and there really hasn't been anything else going on as far as that was concerned. And there's been no other. This article officially came out from BuzzFeed that showed it. There hasn't been any additional tweets or any other additional shots fired.
I guess it kind of fizzled out.
Yeah, it kind of fizzled out, but BuzzFeed will do a story pretty much about anything.
Yeah.
But I thought it was kind of great.
It is great. No, and I mean it is, because that's what we always talk about McDonald's. When you hear prices and participation may vary, that's what they're talking about. Is most of their restaurants are franchise owned and operated and not owned by the company. So you get the McDonald's branding, you get the power of McDonald's, all the commercials that run nationwide on every medium from the internet to radio to television, and you get a lot that goes with being a franchisee. But when one franchisee decides they're going to kind of go off the grid and do something different, like start accepting Taco Bell as a coupon, then it puts all the other McDonald's people on edge going, shit, now we got to do this too, or else we're, fucked or something. And I think that's brilliant. I love that. Anything that stimulates that kind of competition, I think, is good.
Right. And the other thing that Taco Bell has going on with their Twitter is along the lines of that commercial, the Breakfast Defectors is what it's called. So Taco Bell now has a Taco Bell Snapchat, and they're encouraging people to Snapchat them defecting their other breakfast. So right now they've got a video playing of someone who's like got a bowl of cereal, and he's like, no, I want Taco Bell. So
interesting.
They're really good with their
social media. I wonder if we're going to see anybody with like a croissant sandwich, or an Egg McMuffin, or a Sonic breakfast, whatever. I don't imagine anybody would throw away their Sonic breakfast food for a Taco Bell thing. Maybe the Taco Bell thing's really good. I have not had it, so I can't say. You've had it.
I really like it. I don't like spicy things, and they have a jalapeno relish or creamy jalapeno that comes with it. So I just get it with no sauce, and all it is basically a tostada, scrambled eggs, cheese, the meat of your choice, and that gets wrapped up in the tortilla and then grilled. And so it's just an AM griller, and I really like it for on-the-go breakfasting.
I will say this. I will ask you this question as we're about to wrap up. We're going to go a little short this week because both Cerbell and I are really tired. Bacon, do they have bacon? Do they do bacon at Taco Bell?
Yeah, they do. It's crumbled bacon, like the Bacon Bits.
Is it real bacon or is it like soy bacon bits?
It tastes like real bacon. And no place on their menus does it say soy, because if like
Close that.
Jack in the Box with their tacos, I think they have a little asterisk saying may contain soy.
Yeah.
Because people can be highly allergic to soy. So I'm pretty sure it's actual real bacon, and it's a good little $2 sandwich for the morning, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. And like I say, I'm anxious to try it one of these days. We're going to wrap things up. It has been a lovely hour talking with you about fast food and junk food. And I'll finish with this story because I started the hour with Extravaganza.
Yes, I was wondering what that Vaganza was.
I cannot take credit for it. My sister was at Starbucks with a friend. And on they have a chalkboard or like a little grease board. Something was like, it's the coffee, and the way it was written was like extra Vaganza. Like it was written with just enough of a space where there was just a little bit of a space between extra and Vaganza. So my sister literally, honest to God, looked at her friend and was like, "What's Vaganza?" And her friend looked at her like was absolutely incredulous, like thought she was getting it first, and then realized you've just given us a coffee Starbucks memory to last for a lifetime, because there is no ingredient called Vaganza. This is the Extravaganza. But now, and since we've been calling our show that kind of unofficially, I feel like, oh well, hey, you will never find more Vaganza than you find right here with Sarah Bell
more Vaganza
and Sebastian right here on the Fast Food Junk Food Extravaganza. Yes, join us next week at the same time. We'll be here talking all about fast food and junk food. And send us your tweets at Sebastian Kuntz or at Miss Sarah Bell NF if you have stories, if you have a new product that you've seen that we haven't talked about. If you have an old product that was gone and came back, tell us that. You can send a tweet or a text rather, or call this number anytime. It's just my cell phone. You can send. I really prefer a tweet or a comment here on the actual YouTube video because
other people can see it.
Other people can see it, we can really get the conversation going. Until next week, my dear, I'm Sebastian.
I'm Sarah Bell.
And we will see you next time on the Fast Food Junk Food Extravaganza. Have a good